And welcome back. You're watching The Trend. Now, Geoffrey Mosiria is one of the most polarizing figures in Nairobi's governance. Depending on who you ask, he's either a fearless reformer or an overzealous enforcer. From battling illegal dumping and public urination to exposing filthy food vendors, he's made it his mission to bring order to Nairobi. But with that mission comes controversy. His no-nonsense approach has earned him both praise and, of course, criticism. Some see him as a necessary force, and others see him as a bulldozer with no regard for due process. So now today we strip away the headlines, social media noise, and ask him, who is Mosiria beyond the tough talk? Is he the Nairobi enforcer, or is he positioning himself for a bigger position? I guess we'll find out. Habari ya jioni ya leo.
Nzuri sana.
Karibu.
Asante sana.
Karibu Trend.
Yeah.
I know you have seen all of these different opinions people have aired on social media about how you handle and how you tackle some of these things. And, you know, there's one that I think I saw recurring. Watu wanasema, kidogo wanaona nikaa inaibisha watu, you know, when you post those videos. When you post those videos, ukienda sasa kama whether it's public urination or whether it's the club being noisy, they're being recorded.
You see, first let me introduce myself. For those who don't know me, kwa majina naitwa Geoffrey Mosiria, katibu mkuu wa mazingira gatuzi la Nairobi. The other day nilikuwa nimeona mmeniongelea hapa more serious. That's me. So you see, we are trying to educate the people using social media platforms. That's why I said I can't be everywhere in Nairobi. Siwezi kuwa niko Kawangware, niko Madhare, niko Ruaraka, niko CBD, but zile acts za environmental pollution zenye watu wanafanya, they are all the same. So you find someone in CBD, he has just eaten in an hotel, he leaves the hotel, anaenda hapo kando ya hoteli ndiye anakojoa. Anaenda haja kubwa hapo kando ya hoteli, na hoteli yametoka iko na choo, iko na bafu. Na hapo like 50 meters kuna choo ya county government. Ambaye ataenda alipe shilingi 10 ajisaidie. So such an act, we term it as just an illegality, ni tabia mbaya. So the way we were just using the social media to expose the rot in society, so that those who intend to do such a kind of an act will fear doing it in CBD, because we need a clean city. Right now, you can walk from Moi Avenue going downwards to River Road freely. Before, you couldn't walk there because people were using walkways, back lanes as toilets.
Yes. There was also the hanging signs.
Yeah, the signages. You could not walk. Tall people like myself and you could not walk along those walkways. We had to remove them. That's garbage. Hiyo takataka, kwa sababu some of them mtu ameweka ati mganga wa mapenzi. Hiyo ni signage imeanga. Ati nguvu za kiume. Na ziyaona nguvu ya kike. Hiyo utanieleza.
Inaonekana wanawake wako na nguvu.
So I was asking myself, why do you have to have such kind of signages all over, blocking the businesses, the frontage of those people who have shops?
Yes.
You know, someone just decide to come and block your business with an illegal signage. To us as the environment, any illegal structure along the walkway, we treat it as garbage. And that's why we are removing them. Right now, you can walk freely in CBD. We have done thorough cleanup, and I'm happy that we have gotten the support from His Excellency, the Governor of this great city, who has supported us to clean the city. And if you have been to River Road, right now you can walk to River Road, go do your business there, come back, because the hawkers have been moved to the back lanes. We have cleaned the back lanes, they are clean. Right now they're operating from there. Apart from a few who are still playing hide and seek game with our officers, those who want to test waters. Wale wanasema, hebu tujaribu tuone serikali itafanya nini. Na mimi wanawaambia serikali kuna mkono mrefu, itawafikia mahali mko mkivunja sheria. So we are trying to restore order. And for those who voted for Governor Sakaja in his manifesto, it was a city of order. dignity, hope, and opportunity. Right now, we are bringing order in the city.
Okay, but I'm not sure the residents of Nairobi echo the same sentiments, but as you've said, there's been improvements in several different areas. But I also want to go back to now the signages. When you removed them, there was a complaint on due process being followed and communication not being done properly. Walikuwa wanasema hawakujua. Ni uongo?
Apana, a communication was issued.
Okay.
And the problem we have with the city residents, they try testing water. You issue a notice, like from an environment department, we issued 3 notices. One to the hawkers. Those hawkers operating along the walkways. People were even cooking motura in CBD. Mtu anakuja kuchoma motora CBD na jiko amejenga permanent structure along the walkway. People come with the trolleys, mikokotenis, they just lock them on poles along the walkway, blocking people. If this person disappears from CBD, is away from CBD for 1 week, it means that walkway people will not pass by there. So we issued a notice to the hawkers, we issued a notice to the shop owners to take responsibility of making sure 10 meters radius, that's around their shops, is their responsibility to clean. We issued a notice to matatu operators that at their stage, it's their responsibility to clean. Because if you go to their stage within CBD, they sweep, they just dump there. Some goes behind their vehicle, that's where they go for shortcuts. So you find the place is dirty, it's filthy. We issued those notices. So when we were now doing enforcement and implementation, they were all aware of that. And also matatu operators, tuliwaambia ikifika saa 4 ya usiku, 10 p.m., they need to exit from CBD so that we are able to sweep and clean those their areas of operation, because most of them, they don't clean. So you find that they don't comply. And that's why we say that right now is the time to do the right thing.
Yes.
And sometimes, if you are not ready to change, we make sure that change changes you for the betterment of the city.
You've spoken about waste, and I want us to just quickly talk about the Nairobi City County Solid Waste Management Act that places the responsibility of waste disposal not just on individuals but also on enforcement officers, right? And the county itself. Yet the illegal dumping persists. Is the system broken? Is enforcement too weak? Which is which?
The problem we are having is the enforcement, we are doing our work, but there are people who are creating illegal dumping sites to earn out of it. You see, you go to estates, we have gangs. It's a group of young people.
Like a cartel.
It's like a cartel. And we are happy right now. We are trying to we are doing our best to deal with those cartels. They have decided to create a space just next to the road reserve, whereby they are receiving garbage from those private service providers who are not taking their garbage to Dandora, CBOs who are not taking their garbage to Dandora. They are receiving, they pay them. And those people, they pick the recyclable, those material that they can sell. Then the rest, instead of transporting it to Dandora, they leave it there. And they say it's the responsibility of the county government to come and collect it and take it to Dandora. You go to Likoni Road, we have 2 illegal dumping sites. We have done our best, we have tried to solve them, but it's a group that we really now want to have a different strategy on how to handle this. We want to sit down with them, we get them a partner who can just help them set up a material recovery facility. And once they take the recyclable, the rest they can transport it to Dandora. Because also they are earning out of it. Because once we close it down, most of these kids are the ones who go to the streets. They start stealing from the residents of Nairobi. So we also need to provide them a solution as we close down those dump sites,
Yes.
as we convert them to material recovery facilities where they are able to earn a decent living.
Yeah, I like that you said you're going to provide a solution.
Yes.
So as we talk about this, coincidentally, Mr. Mosiria, ulikuwa mgonjwa ile siku watu wa Nairobi City County wakaenda pay a visit at KPLC offices, wakamwaga takataka. Hiyo siku niliona ulikuwa mgonjwa. Nadhani ama ni video ndio ilipostika hiyo siku.
Hapana, nilikuwa mgonjwa and I'm happy.
Hatukuona ukizungumzia ndo kwa maana.
Nilikuwa mgonjwa na I'm happy the police have taken up the matter. Is under investigation. So it's something that I'll not discuss it on this media forum. But once they finish their investigation, we'll get to know who.
What investigation?
About the people who are involved with that illegal dumping.
Oh, so you didn't agree with it, that they did that? As a
Personally, I don't agree with such kind of an activity because as a government which advocates for a city of order, which is anchored in the manifesto of His Excellency the Governor, we don't advocate for such kind of activity. And it's unfortunate that happened, and the disciplinary action actually has been instituted by the Governor. You saw there are officers who were suspended, and because this matter is under investigation, let me not dwell into it.
Okay,
yes.
All right, no problem. Now, away from cleanliness, let's talk about noise pollution, which is how I think this whole movement began. Venye nilimwona studio nilikuwa nasema bas, atasema hii studio by the way inapiga kelele sana. I don't know if you're disturbing the other offices that are around in this building, but that's how you first came onto the scene. Before watu watawaone hizo zingine ulikuwa umeweka, hizi za kelele ndo zilikuwa zinaenda sana.
You see,
people like to party. You are at the clubs. People are at weddings. There's a clip that we have. John, the clip we have is one where you interrupted a wedding. I don't know if you remember. I don't know how many you've get crashed. This one. Now this was a wedding. I think it was somewhere along Gongro. Oh, this was in Kilimani.
This Kilimani. There's a restaurant called Fay Bistro, whereby they were playing loud music. Neighbors were not able to sleep. We received several calls from neighbors who had young children and they had sick people in their houses and they really needed to sleep. So we went there with a lot of respect. We requested them, please switch off the music or play music which does not interfere with your neighbors. Just maintain within the 35 decibels, that's 30 meters from the premises, so that neighbors are able to sleep. And again, if you have to play loud music, soundproof. Then another lady came out. She was shouting at me and she was very arrogant. And I just told them what I want is them to just stop playing loud music so that their neighbors can sleep.
You've mentioned that people complain and they call. What number do they call? How do they reach you?
We have a number, 1508. Once they call there, they are directed to our team, which sits at the emergency call center. So that number is in public. If your neighbors or make noise, any environmental pollution, once you call that number, you'll be directed on how to get to us, because we have a team on the ground. Even now, as I'm seated here, I'll be joining my team that is handling matters of noise pollution so that neighbors can sleep. There are also people who are doing illegal construction at this time of the night. So we respond to all those complaints so that neighbors can sleep. So on the issue of noise pollution, people are suffering in this city. The county government licenses bars and restaurants in residential areas, but at designated areas. These bars and restaurants, they are not supposed to make noise. They're supposed to play music which is within their premises, and they are supposed to make sure that their neighbors are not affected by their activities. But you find someone opens a bar and restaurant, after 2 days, the patrons request for music, he starts playing music, he invests now in good music system, but he forgets about soundproofing. It becomes a public nuisance. Now neighbors start suffering. Neighbors start complaining. And ideally, they're supposed to operate between 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. But they operate 24 hours like a nightclub in a residential area. Again, they block the road. The patrons, they come with vehicles, they block the road. You live in that estate, you are unable to access your house.
That's true. There are clubs. I mean, there are several, like on Odaya Road.
There are many.
That's what I do know.
So,
and it is a residential area.
Some,
but why was it even allowed to operate or even open in the first place? Is it
what the county does? It licenses them to operate as a bar and a restaurant, and to close at 11 p.m. so that patrons can move to CBD. Now, what these people have done, someone wants to open a nightclub, he just come to the county, he tricks and get a license for bar and restaurant. And then opens once he opens that bar and restaurant, he starts playing loud music. Once we issue closure orders, they go to court, they get court orders to continue operating. Again, you find like pipeline. Someone has decided to open a strip club.
A strip club?
Yes, in a residential area.
Okay.
First floor is a strip club. Neighbors have kids. Imagine your daughter, your son, walking downstairs. What he or she meets is a naked woman.
Wait, so you're saying the first floor is the strip club, then the second, third, fourth, fifth are just a regular...
Yeah, and they have also taken some rooms there where their patrons will take those clients who want to sleep there and have their time. But now, you find that this is even interfering with the residents who live there, even their neighbors. Kids are seeing things that they're not supposed to see
at that age, yeah.
And then, this is the same person who goes out there shouting that tunaharibu hustle. Hustle gani wakati unaharibu watoto kwa jamii? Yes.
So there's also been issue of your approach being a bit too rough. Is it that Nairobians need tough love?
The problem is I'm always soft on them.
Are you soft in the videos? So you record the escalation or what?
You see, I go and explain to someone.
Yeah.
If it's a, there's a church, there's a club. If it's a club, I'll call the manager, tell them the reason why we are here. Najintroduce. Mi najintroduce. Nikiwa pale nje, najintroduce. Kidogo kidogo ni ile mnasikianga muziki imepotea, mnashindwa muziki imeenda wapi. Lakini huko nje tushaeleza manager kila kitu, tumeenda na manager na tumechukua exhibit ambayo ni music. And this also happens in churches operating in residential area. And the problem is in pipeline area.
Yeah.
That's where we have makanisa mingi tunashindwa huyu Mungu tunaomba. Mungu alituruhusu tupigie watu kelele. Monday to Sunday kesha. In fact, tunapatanga complaints za mosque, but mosque are not like our churches. Churches are more notorious than the mosque. Mosque itakuwa ni hiyo 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Ambao tukiongelesha wana reduce megaphones. Most of them they comply. Yeah. Lakini kanisa tunaitwanga mapepo, naitwa shetani hatupendi Mungu. Mpaka nashindwa mimi ni shetani kweli.
Hata mimi ningesema hivyo kama umekuja kuniambia kwa chati yangu nipunguze. But real quick hapa ni nini ilikuwa inaendelea? Hapa wako wanapiga kelele hapa.
Hapo ilikuwa ni harusi. Na nilikuwa nimealikwa.
Okay.
It was also they had the noise permit to operate until they are requested until 11 p.m. Na wakamaliza na wakafanya nini? Wakafunga. Na mahali walikuwa wameweka ni place ambayo ni commercial and it is soundproofed.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, why do you record as these arrests are taking place, or as you enforce these policies?
You see, if you go to most developed countries, enforcement is recorded. It's part of the evidence. And that's what I hope even our police officers and national government will adopt this system. This is the only system that is not compromised.
Okay.
Because you will not compromise me in the camera, you want to bribe me. These people will not create drama. You have seen people losing jobs in this county for just doing their work, but the person who has been arrested, they create drama. Mtu akienda kushikwa hivi, anajirusha chini, anajigeuza. Sasa People, they don't record from the beginning. Wakati ameambiwa ingia kwa gari anakataa, akienda kushikwa hivi, anajirusha chini, anajigeuza.
Oh, so you're doing to protect yourself?
So I'm also protecting my job because Kenyans will not understand that I'm the one who is being harassed by this person who is throwing himself out.
There's no context.
So I have to show from the beginning. Tumeanza hapa na mueleza kosa lako ni hili, nakuja na kusalimia habari yako. Najiintroduce kwa majina, naitwa Geoffrey Mosiria, katibu mkuu wa mazingira. Niko hapa kwa sababu nimepokea complaint kutoka kwa neighbor yako, ndio hii na hii. Unaona hii? Unaona wewe iko sawa? Anasema iko sawa. Mwambia kama tulikuwa tumempatia notice, mwambia tunaomba tukushike. Huyo mtu kama oni kamera, wengine wana creating drama, like in CBD ukienda umepata hoka ameweka mahali ambayo iruhusiwi. Muulize, anaanza kuongelesha, wengine wanaanza kukutishia. Anaanza kuambia mimi sina kazi, watoto wako nyumbani hawakuli. Sasa namwambia madam, hata kama watoto hawakuli, kuna mahali tumewatengea pale backstreet. Akianza hivyo, akiona watu wameanza kumwangalia, anainua ile vitu yake yote anarusha juu. Alafu anajirusha chini. Alafu sasa inaonekana sisi ndio tuko on the wrong. But if we have documented mpaka mahali akiona kamera hivi, wanga wanaogopa. People fear the camera. And people who are breaking the law, they fear the camera. And the camera, I also even ask our colleagues in the national government doing enforcement to impress the camera.
Yeah.
Along the camera, no one will want to bribe you. It will allow you to do enforcement, take them to police, they are booked, they are taken to court. It completes the entire cycle of enforcement.
Yes, that is true, because I have seen this in the US where police officers record the way they recorded sorry, let me take that again. The police officers recorded the arrest, but the video, when it went viral on social media, it was the lady just being thrown, you know, on the hood of the car, lakini hawaja explain kwa sababu video explain. So yeye ndo alikuwa anajirecord, ndo inaonyesha mwanzo mpaka mwisho, even though there are times where they are wrong. So you're saying that you see your approach to be very polite and very respectful. It's just that the Kenyans are the ones testing how far the government will go. Will they really come? Yani walisema wanakuja na wamekuja. Hivyo ndo unasema?
Unajua they test. Unajua unaambia mtu anapewa notice. It's like an example, there's a lady who was handling issues to do with bonds, animal feeds, hizo mifupa ya samaki, ya ng'ombe, ya kuku, wanyama wote. Anatengeneza animal feeds. Ilikuwa inanuka Ruaraka yote. Ruaraka Estate. Watu walikuwa wakipita hapo. Hata mimi wakati nifika nilifungwa na mapua. Harufu inaingia na kugonga mpaka kama kitu imekufa imeoza. People were suffering. We went to the neighborhood. We asked them. They told us tumeteseka for the last 10 years, tumepiga report ya tusaidike. I went there, called that mama. Nikamuuliza, tunakuomba utupatie license yako ya kufanya biashara. Hana. Tukamwambia ulipatiwa hii notice. She has been served several notices. Tukampatia zote. Tukamuuliza mbona unaumiza neighbor? Tukatoka na yeye tukaenda mpaka hapo kwa shule. Tukauliza shule, hii shida umekuwa nayo for how long? Soja akatuambia hii tumekuwa nao, tumecomplain hata tumechoka. Then tukamuuliza mama, wewe unaona che unafanyia watoto wanasoma hapa ni haki kweli? Wewe unatesa wananchi wa Nairobi. Na mimi kama katibu mkuu siwezi kaa nitulie nione ukiumiza watu. For the time I'm here, you have to do the right thing.
So then how do you create that balance between economic realities and accountability?
See,
you know, because some of these small businesses, they're barely surviving.
Let me tell you this. Do you have to do your business to disturb neighbors?
No, you don't. No,
then you have to make sure you don't pollute the environment.
All right.
Because we cannot legalize an illegality. It's like pale Garelia. Watu wamejenga katikati ya barabara, wanamwaga takataka, vibanda zenye ni illegal. Then you want us to sit down and watch that what they are doing, they are earning a hustle, they are earning a living. These people, we have markets. We have Karindini market, we have Kanguno market, we have markets constructed using the taxpayers' money. They don't want to stay in the market. They want to move near to the consumers. The consumer can always come to the market. So, unajua wacha tuambiane tu kweli. Mimi sitakaa pale nione ni illegality kwa sababu huyu ni wa mheshimiwa fulani ama amewekwa pale sababu ni kura. Usiweke kura 2-3 at the expense of many Nairobians tuchafue mazingira. Very soon we are going to have slums in all the estates in Nairobi. Kilimani imeanza kuwa slums, Runda itakuwa slums, Karen itakuwa slums. If We legalize an illegality ati watu wanatafuta. Let these people go to the market. Hapa CBD. Mtu alikuwa pale nini BS. Wanauza mpaka motura, alafu kuja hapa nini Moi Avenue. Mtu amekuja na bike, anachoma mahindi town katikati. Imagine mahindi, open air cooking hairuhusiwi. Mahindi ingine imechemshwa, ingine imechomwa, alafu motura iko hapo kando, miguu ya kuku inauzwa hapo, miguu ya mbuzi, mifupa zimetapakaa kila mahali. Hata wanatafuta. Mbona basi wasiende kwa soko? Kwa sababu tuko na soko ziko hapo, kama pale hapo hiyo roundabout ungeelekea Ngara, tuko na market hapo. Watu wamekataa kukaa kwa market. Uliona pale wakulima au hawkers wako nje ya wakulima walipatiwa market. Kangundo Road market. Imagine modern market. Iko mpaka na parking.
Ni watu hawaendi, wanaona ni mbaya.
Hapana, wacha nikwambie hivi. Leo hii nguo yako umevalia. So ukitaka kuitoa hata kama ni Isili utaenda Isili upate. Si utaenda kwa soko. Ukitaka chakula, si utaenda kwa soko. Mbona hawa wafanyi biashara wachuuzi wadogo wasiende kwa soko? Sisi wanunuzi tutaenda wapi? Kwa soko. So what is there is this, is just doing the right thing. Na mimi nataka kuambia hivi, as long as I'm doing the right thing, I'll continue doing the right thing, making sure those people are doing illegal structures which are polluting the environment, we remove them, we give them an alternative to go back to the market, so that we can restore order, we can have a city whereby kila mtu anajivunia.
Construction in Kilimani? Opinions?
The construction?
Umesema, you know, they're turning it into slums because of different things. But what about the construction?
You see, about the construction, that's a planning issue. But what I'll say is this. There are those who are not following the law. And I'm happy that the planning team have moved in with speed to ensure that there's compliance. Because there are those even who are now polluting the environment or doing illegal excavations. It's also happening in parklands, whereby someone excavates beacon to areas which are not allowed. I'm not a planner, but you can see someone has decided to make sure it collapses the neighbor's wall, it collapses the neighbor's house, so that they can sell the house to them. You know, also some contractors, let me not use a bad term, you know, the cartel, I don't know if it's a good term to use, I stand guided, but they are terrorizing their neighbors. You find someone has lived in parklands for 50 years. Nyumba ilikuwa ni ya babake, akaachiwa. A developer amekuja amejenga nyumba kwenda juu, anabeba mawe kutoka juu anarusha intentionally. Inagonga roof, inaanguka mpaka kwa nyumba, ndio afanye nini? Wauzie. People are suffering. And that's why I'm happy that His Excellency told me do the right thing. You have my support, and I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm making sure, you know, that those debris and those anything from the construction, once it goes with a neighbor, that's we treat it as garbage. That's where we come in as an environment department to enforce. Also for excavation, what they excavate is supposed to be taken to Dandora, and they have to follow the planning rules and regulation. If they break any law, that's where we also work closely with the planning team to make sure that there is compliance.
Yeah. Now, there are many who are asking if you're going to run for office. They're arguing that your boldness is needed.
You see, me, I would prefer serving as an implementer.
So you don't want to run for governor?
No. We already have a governor ambaye tunasema ngumi ni mbwegze.
Okay, so you don't want, that's not
right
a consideration
now,
for you at all?
I am serving, and because myself I don't have a godfather, I only have God the Father. That's why I work so hard so that my work speaks for me.
Okay.
If today one want to introduce me, you will introduce me in terms of the work I'm doing. And I'm happy when I move around town, when I meet people, they appreciate me, they tell me the good work you are doing. It gives me a motivation to continue working. You know, sometimes I'm inspired by people tells me, God bless you for the good work you are doing. You know, ni maombi mzuri sana.
Ni maombi mzuri.
And it keeps me working hard to make sure there's order.
Okay.
Sometimes you work day and night. It's not that I'm idle. It's because there are so many environmental pollution going around the city. People decide to discharge sewer to the environment. Mtu anafungulia sewage kwenda mahali watoto wanacheza. Imagine, Kawangware, mnaweza fikiria ni mto, Mheshimiwa Rais ameanza kuosha mto Nairobi. Lakini mtashtuka tukifunga hizo sewage zote, mpata hakuna mto. Upate ni sewage ilikuwa ina run kwa mto, because people are discharging sewer to the river and they know it's illegal. You either have a biodigester or connect it to the Nairobi sewer. When you are constructing, you have to give, when you are seeking for approval, you have to say where you are going to take your sewer to.
Yes. Well, I'm hoping that, I mean, Governor Sakaja's leadership was met by, a lot of mixed reactions. And as they used to call it, Nairobi was the green city under the sun. And I hope that, it's not just political rhetoric, that you people will actually keep on and keep the promise that you made to Kenyans and ensure that it's clean. Before you go, though, Babu Owino, tell me about, what's happening there between you and Babu?
You see, Babu,
and I understand whether this is a long feud. You've known each other from back in the day in school.
Babu imetoka back in campus. Babu believes that Mosiria will never defeat him, or Mosiria will not be anything beyond Sonu. I vied against Babu in Sonu, and because Babu is known to blackmail administration, he blackmailed administration and he was leagued in by administration because he was an administration puppet. And that beef still stayed there. The following year, when he was also again defending that seat, Babu looked for me. We sat in some restaurant in Kilelesho. He literally begged me and told me that, Mosiria, you know myself, where I come from. He told me about his background and everything, and he told me he wants to vie for Embakasi East MP. He wants to exit from Sonu to Embakasi so that he can move with students. And because I'm a human being and I understood his request, I said, okay, let me vie for another seat, then we shall meet huko nje. Here I am as the Chief Officer Environment under the leadership of Governor Sakaja. Babu is an MP in Embakasi East. But he still threatened, maybe thinks I want to vie for his constituents because I frequent there doing environmental issues and engaging the youths. But I want to tell my brother, serve your people, serve them diligently, do the work God gave you, and stop interfering with the work we are doing as the environment by posting photos online, taking photos, hiring bloggers to post photos where there is garbage. Instead, as a leader, provide a solution to the people. Use your social media platform to educate people that stop dumping garbage along the road reserve. Take it to Dandora. Educate the young people that if you have to run a garbage business, this is how you do it. Using the social media platform, the same way I'm using TikTok to educate the people of Nairobi about the environment. As a leader, it should be part of the solution. Not part of the problem. Because now, if
you think it's inciting people?
Yeah, if you are a leader and inciting people and crying with the people, who is going to provide solution?
Okay. Now, I know you need to go because ndo sasa kazi imeanza.
Yeah.
Haswa.
Masaa ya kelele imeanza.
Naona umevaa hiyo nini ya dishi na county. Tunakula chapati, naona chapati.
Chapati milioni moja.
Chapati milioni moja. Wakenya wanasema hiyo ni misplaced priority. You see, people didn't understand what the president meant. And let me clarify. Watoto shuleni waliomba president chapo. Nilikuwa na president zawadi ya lounge ile kitchen. Wakamwambia president, tunakulanga hii chakula ni tamu, lakini tunataka nini? Chapo. Na president as the leader akasema, hao watoto ni wangu, acha niwapatie nini? Chapati. Na ndio uweze kuserve watu. Kwa pesa yake ama kwa taxpayers money?
You see, let me tell you this.
What's serious?
Unajua, at the end of the day, acha nikueleze. Naomba nikuexplainie hiyo, nimuelewe. So watoto waliomba chapati.
Waliomba.
Hebu wakati wa Moi tulikuanga shule tulikuwa tunakunywa maziwa ya Moi. Tuliomba maziwa na Moi alitupea maziwa na ingemiss mwaka mmoja lazima tungesema maziwa iko wapi na ingerudi.
Maziwa ni sisi tuliomba.
Maziwa ya Nyayo ilikuwa inakuja na wakati ilikuwa inakosa wewe
nakumbuka ikikosa lakini
ulisoma shule gani? Ulisoma primary gani? Ulisoma polling station ama ulisema group of schools? Unajua mimi nilisomea polling station.
Vizuri Geoffrey, ndio kwa maana walikuwa wanataka.
Acha nikwambie. Hata saizi nchi inafanya vizuri, really? Apart from a few things that needs to be worked on. Acha nikwambie.
Many things.
What the president is doing is this. Na sie naongea kwa sababu nilikuwa pale. hao watoto waliomba chapati. Hii chapati Nairobi yote wale watoto wako mashule kwa school feeding wana benefit. Watu wakitengeneza ita take a lot of time itakuwa ready. So inahitaji mashine ndio hizo chapati ziweze kutengenezwa na machine ndio iende kwa watoto wa shule. Si eti inaenda kwa wananchi wa kule, ni watoto wetu wa kule hiyo chapo ndio waweze kusoma washibe. Unajua chapo inashikanga tumbo kuliko ugali na kuliko mchele.
I'm not sure. Pametucha. Ugali na chapo ni gani inashibisha zaidi? Niko na audience hapa kwa studio. Ugali ama chapo? Watu wa ugali? Ugali mmoja. Chapo? Chapo inashibisha kushinda ugali. Okay.
So,
but chapo ni poa.
What the president meant is these kids together. Lakini sasa nimeona imekuwa. Lakini let me also say this. I know there are many young people who are watching this. Young people love the president. Kwa sababu ukiona vile wanacheza na yeye hizo mamimu wakimpea majina, leo hii
Kasongo na El Chapo. But si nickname ya fan. Si nickname fan.
Wacha nikwambie leo hii.
An endearing term.
Leo hii kama watu hawakuongelei vibaya ama hawakuenjoy, hata nyumbani mnakuanga umepatia buda yenu nickname.
Yes.
Na mama yenu wako na nickname. Alafu akishajua hiyo nickname una change. Unaona? So kama unaona hiyo venye wanaendelea hivyo, it shows that the kids, young people are really following him. Na what I also urge is that we provide a platform ya young people. Sasa hii akili wako nayo, why transform to change the economy.
Well, hopefully that's what he will do.
That's what he'll do.
We'll see. So far, I don't need to tell you how it's been. But thank you so much kwa kuja. Asante sana kwa kuchukua time na kuja kuzungumza na sisi hapa katika Trend. Thank you very, very much. Any final comment before I let you go? To the people of Nairobi?
Wananchi wa Nairobi. Asua wale ambao ile shida tuko nayo ya kwanza ni noise pollution. Tafadhali, kama wewe ni mwenye bar, hiyo bar yako kama uweze fanya soundproofing, provide parking for your patrons, move to CBD. Tulikuwa na Tribeca hapa Tao, lakini ilifunga kwa sababu watu walirudi residential.
Ni wewe ulifunga Tribeca?
Watu walifunga.
Watu.
Mimi kitu nilifanya nilitoa signage ya Sabina Joy. Ndio
Sabina Joy. Hata Sabina Joy ulifika?
Nilitoa signage. Kwa sababu kuna jamaa aliniambia anataka babake akue nyumbani. Na nikaona the only way his father will get home nikotoa signage babake azijue mahali inapatikana. So, what I'm saying is this. If the people of Nairobi, let's move entertainment to CBD. By moving entertainment to CBD, we'll create 24 hours economy. Matatu will operate 24 hours. Hotels, big hotels like Hilton saizi unaona imefunga, like Allegiance, Intercontinental, Ambassador, zile hoteli kubwa kubwa zimefunga. Guest houses hazina wateja siku hizi zimefunga. Once we move business, kelele tukitoa kwa residential tueleze CBD, it will create more jobs for young people. Mahoteli, they'll operate 24 hours. Supermarkets, they operate 24 hours. Chemists and everything. We'll have a 24-hour economy in the city. The city will be lit, and everyone will want to be associated with Nairobi. Will attract more investors to the city, and it will be a city where you can leave your house at 3 a.m. when you are sleepless. You come to CBD.
Like
you
Dubai,
eat.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, like Dubai.
Yes,
you eat,
true.
you drive back home.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Nimeshukuru sana. Katibu mkuu wa mazingira jiji la Nairobi. Tumezungumza leo na Geoffrey Mosiria. Nimeshukuru sana. Thank you so much. I wish we had more time and I didn't even see. It was an hour. We've taken so long. Oh my gosh.
Ninyi ndio mmenyonga time yangu.
Asante. Hakuna kitu tumenyonga. In fact, kuna watu wanasema ungeachana na Sabina Joy uko ni kwa ma legends. Ma legends. Wafula unanimaliza.
Mwenye anataka pin ndo amtumia, lakini tulitoa ni ile signage ilikuwa nagonga watu.
Let's take a quick break. We still have Coco who's coming up on the show, and we also have 125. What have they been up to? They have a brand new jam. We get to talk to them and a whole lot more right here on The Trend. We'll be right back.